Okay. Well, I think I fixed everything that was broken. Anyway, I certainly hope so. I also hope that this works okay in the current internet environment that I have, as I really can't know for sure until I wait a while to see. But hey, no dropped frames yet. Why does this room exist? I think there might be a reason, but I'm not really sure what it is. It might just be to prevent the game from giving you exit level text. Anyway, I'm gonna start the music, because I think everything is working anyway. I certainly hope so. I don't know if anyone will attend today. But if not, that's alright, I guess. Hopefully the volume is at an acceptable level as well. Not quite. I wonder if any of this hold was ever a good idea. Alright, well, to provide some context for anyone who might be watching this in post, since I don't think anyone is watching this right now, what's going on here is I'm looking at an old construction of mine that's never really seen the light of day, and probably all the better for it. I'm wondering if there might be something salvageable from it, basically. This is a very big hold, very overambitious, called efficiency training. The basic idea is that every room is an efficiency challenge. It's supposed to be, at least in my original conception, this was supposed to be something where every room would be absolutely trivial if not for the timer. But with the timer it becomes at least a little bit challenging. But in practice, I think a lot of these rooms are probably much more fun to watch be played than they are to actually play. Which is somewhat unfortunate.
My name is Beethro.
Yes, thank you, Beethro. We didn't know that. I think the one most interesting thing from this entire concept was these meta-puzzle rooms. I'd really like to re-implement something like that in another hold. Functionally, the basic idea here is that every map of the hold has something, each level in the hold has something that you can pay attention to, and that forms the solution to some sort of meta-puzzle. I don't know, maybe this first level's contents aren't so bad. I think I just maybe overgrew this idea a little bit. Might be the real issue here. Quite a few of these can be done in less than 29 turns, but not all of them. A little bit of the concept of this level got reused in the blind race entry. That is, my contribution to a particular blind race. That was gone in 60 turns rather than 30 turns. tricky. Of course. The trick is not to stab the roach at all. I'm not so sure about the lighting in these rooms. It makes it a little hard to see some things, honestly. Like, you can't really tell the doors under these conquer tokens are red. That's kind of a problem. I wonder how this is. This doesn't seem too bad. Yep. Huh. This one might be a bit opaque, honestly. I really suspect that my best move might be to put this out in architecture and ask for some help deciding which rooms are okay and which ones are not. I'm not sure though. This maybe needs more refinement before I even do that. Yeah, that's so the fire trap won't run continually. I even wonder if it would be worth just taking this and trying to find the worst puzzles and maybe making their timers longer or something. This is probably the easiest of these to brute force, honestly. I don't have a demo for this room. That's interesting. Then again, it's possible I built this on the other computer. Yeah, I don't have demos for this whole level. It's kind of a problem. I thought I did produce some demos in this level, in this hold, but I guess I might have given up at a certain point. Which is probably reasonable. Here there's straight up a dev scroll telling you what to do, which isn't a good sign. And it's probably not enough information for me now. Well, I think I've looked at this enough. I don't really know what else to do with it right now. For some reason I thought I remembered building another room for this. Oh, that's right, I think I might have built this on stream. Or at the very least, I built this more recently than the rest of this hold. And I can't remember if I've actually updated the post in architecture to reflect this addition. I think this displayed a bug that got fixed. Yep. Nothing more to say about that. Um, it went back up. Maybe it's working again. I just dropped a ton of frames while I wasn't really doing anything important. Which I guess that's a good time to have that happen, but still. Alright, well, all else has failed, so I'm just going to use the idea generator to try and help me figure out what I should do today. Maybe use a very small, cramped space of this room for the puzzle. Might be fun. This says use decoy, half, and staff. Brain monsters do not target soldier. That's not really an interaction I can avoid. Force player to avoid this interaction. Multiple briar roots increase the growth rate of briar. Adder eats tar on squares that cannot be cut. That's an incomprehensible set of orders. Let me just try again. Use sword, include unlikely allies. Make this interaction the main focus of the room. Gel can be cut on its inside corners. Use this against the player. Powder keg becomes stepping stone. Okay. So I'm being asked to put gel. And maybe for some reason the player can't cut it. The player needs a powder keg, but there's shallow water in the way. Can you double push an item? I don't think so, but... like, I'm pretty sure the instant that I push that over shallow water, it falls in. It won't skate across if, like, something crazy happens, like 2 people pushing it at the same time or whatever. Oops. Yeah, I need to delete those demos eventually, I guess. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you can't skate across shallow water, which would be kind of cool, but it's easy to see why that would be weird. The only unlikely ally I can think of for this situation would be either a Slayer or a what's his face? A guard. So I guess I can put a Slayer in this room. Maybe put him in a cage here. Oh yeah, I don't want that time token there anymore. So this is fine and all, but doesn't really work. For fairly obvious reasons. So, what would be a clever way for the player to get that powder keg past this shallow water? Pretending the player has a powder keg available, what does he do with it? Well, certainly one possibility is you can use a stick to have a Slayer help you blow it up. Let's say we've already done that step. Actually, I can just stick this Alright, I need to cut and then put that in between. Or I guess in theory it could go in that corner over there. Oh, dirt. So in theory, you could have either a Slayer or a guard blow up a powder keg for you. In practice, it's going to be real hard to make the Slayer do it. Much easier for a guard. Just so I don't have to listen to a Slayer while I continue to mess with this room, let's try a guard. Well, that's a decent start. It says use power token against the player, so I'm just going to put a power token here that, if the player touches it, is going to activate a bad Facundo. Pretty sure that should work. So you can't step on that token, which means you need to make somebody else do the first cut. Oops. I still want to connect these concepts together in a more interesting way. I think this is a good start, but it needs a little more. Among other things, I need something to require the player to get all the gel going. Here's one possibility. It's a bit simplistic, but it is possible for this to be a thing the player does. Maybe. I'd have to change the shape of the cage a bit to make this plausible. I still feel like there's not really enough to this. This is okay, but it doesn't really do anything all that clever. I really wish there was something I could use to let the player cross this shallow water that wasn't so obvious as a mirror, or that wasn't so easy to get as this particular mirror. Hmm. Okay. Does this prevent the player from bringing the mirror himself? Not quite. I think it needs another layer of some sort. Come on, dude. Stay out of my way. Oh yeah, because there's a stick, this doesn't really work. Hmm. I'm not even completely sure it's possible to do this. Well, actually, it's kind of easy, isn't it? Yeah, that's fairly easy. Now the question is, can you extract that? Duh. At this stage, it's not horrible. I just feel like it's still a bit too obvious what you need to do. I don't know. It might just need some more thought in a future stream or something. Oh wow, I forgot I made this one. This was actually a really neat room. I don't know why I can't get any good ideas today compared to this one. Oof, I don't know if that came through on the mic, but that was a big, loud thunderclap there. Very explosive. I doubt it, but it might be possible to completely break that mechanism up there by pushing this guy into it. I don't think I can make him face north, though, if I do that. There's not really anywhere to do. If he's already facing north, though, you really might be able to break that. You need him facing... Stop that. You need him facing due north, which is a little tricky to achieve, but... I mean, I guess this doesn't really matter, since the only thing that mechanism is for is to keep you from taking a stick into that area. I wonder if I could make a thing out of intentionally letting the player break this mechanism. Like, what if, for some reason, say Ormites or something, this guy can't actually do anything in that area. Can't actually push the mirror in for you. So you need to bring yourself in with the mirror. That's the kind of level of, strange cleverness I kind of like. Kind of want to go for. So with Ormites pasted in there, it's not possible to make this guy push the mirror in. Oops. Or it might be, unless I put the Ormites one more tile around, but... Yeah, as it is right now, it's possible, but if the Ormites go another layer around, then that won't work either. This might mess with my play so far. Yeah, it broke a little bit. Let's just start over. I see what the issue is. That didn't hit the orb in that demo. So now, with things like this, the Ormites are completely in the way of any strategy you might think of, it seems. Because the player can't go up there, and he can't make the guard push the mirror for him either, because the guard can't have his sword in that area. So you have to use the guard in a different way than expected. From expected, rather. That is, have him break that, so that you can push the mirror in against this enforcement mechanism. Is it just me, or do guards actually know what's going to happen when they step out of Ormites? Earlier, this guy refused to step out of Ormites in a way that would blow up a powder keg, and he went another way instead, for example. Now, of course, the tricky part is getting this guy far enough out of the way. That might be good enough. Beautiful. I think this is a worthy room. That bit with breaking what appears to be an enforcement mechanism is the spice I was looking for. I'm pretty glad that I didn't leave this guy as a slayer. That would have been even more annoying to try and arrange. I think this is pretty good. Alright, well, I've been at this for about an hour and no one has really shown up. I don't feel too inclined to stick around. I have other things I could be doing if there's not going to be anyone here. I built a room which I'm reasonably happy with. I might do more next week, but for the moment I'm happy enough with this. If you're watching this later, or if you're watching this silently, I guess, thank you. Have a good rest of the weekend, and see you later.